All right, welcome back. It is just Kohler here. John will be back in a moment. Taking a look at the picks and bans here. Of course, immediately, Dr. Mundo banned. I saw that coming from a mile away. Other than that, Jinx being very, very powerful right now from day one, really. That early game. Kazakhs, of course, just a super, super hyper carry jungler or
mid or top laner.
Yeah, but what's up, Kevin?
Bit of a delay. Don't worry, Kevin. Yeah. Apparently, Uncle Touchy's basement playground has been renamed to Spite Bans R Us.
Yeah, right. Yasuo out, which is good because I don't know Yasuo's kit, so I don't have to talk about him now.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And Thresh banned out. No Leona ban though. Which, from what I've heard, for UTB Playground, their support definitely likes the Leona.
Backdoor Explorer, big fan of Leona.
Oh, that is his name.
That is in fact the summoner.
Backdoor Explorer. No, that's the. Oh, did they swap sides? Yes, they did. That is my bad. So, on this game, blue team is going to be Dank, Ganks, of course, and UTB Playground on the purple team. So this game, an important one for UTB Playground. This game is their ticket to staying in for another game to their ticket to the final. So I always like the 1v1 final matches anyway. So let's may the best man win. Oh, Poppy. I'm terrible at Poppy. I don't like her.
And by that you mean you only survive for like 15 seconds when all 5 enemy members are on you instead of like 12 minutes.
Okay. Nope, but that's okay. Switching to Lulu. Shen up top, going for it. Probably that split push. We'll see if it takes a teleport.
Yeah, that global shield ultimate
really
is really strong.
Yep.
Yeah, Poppy support would have been just a tectonic rift in the meta.
Pretty much the entire champ pool available to these guys. I'm assuming this doesn't show champs that nobody has.
You could be right about that, but if I remember correctly,
for bans it does. So like you can't ban a champ that nobody has.
Right. It's at least nice enough to make it so you can't waste a ban.
Yep. No pauses that game.
I believe there was actually.
No, that was
a
right at
fairly
the start.
quick pause. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just some.
Yeah, because Ben's FPS was
FPS
dropping.
issues. Smack was talked.
So the Elise jungle again? My memory fails me. That was an Elise jungle last game,
You are in fact correct.
So feeling pretty comfortable with that. And another Vi jungle. That's going to be, those ganks are still going to be scary.
The Vayne pick doesn't surprise me. If I remember correctly, VFlux, Ben, talked to me about Oddjob's champ pool. And if I remember correctly, he has a few hundred games on Vayne. So we should see some hashtag the plays out of Oddjob this game.
We'll see how that goes.
If I start screaming double lift, you'll know why.
Final pick coming out for UTB Playground. Trying to pick that top laner. Looking at Malphite here.
Yeah,
up against Shen.
The enemy team, basically, from the looks of it, is a protect the Vayne comp. So if you can have something like a Malphite that can really get back there and slow down the attack speed of the true damage coming at you, then that's probably a good idea. So I think Malphite's a really good pick in this comp.
Yeah, well, he hasn't locked in yet. Let's see if he sticks with that.
Yeah, and it kind of fits the tanky meta as well.
Yeah.
That with the Leona and Elise is going to be, a pretty sizable wall.
Is Elise tanky?
More often than not, in the current meta, she's built really tanky.
Okay. And that's locked in. So we're looking at our champs here for game number 2 of Dank Ganks versus UTB Playground. Right now we've got 1 win on Dank Ganks. So if Dank Ganks takes us, they will be in the finals.
Yeah, and we're sitting outside of the theater right now. And if you guys want to see a game 3, you want to see UTB beat Dank Ganks in this second game, and we go to game 3, I want to hear you scream out here.
In about 15 seconds.
Yeah. So I'll give it a couple seconds.
Give it 15 seconds.
Well, I've heard 0 screaming, so I'm assuming everybody wants Dank Ganks to win. So everybody can, you know, not be cool, and I'll just not even vote for them. There's going to be no screaming for Dank Ganks. Not even an option, not giving it to you.
Anywho, now that John's trying and failing to drum up excitement, we got a 3-minute delay, and we'll be off to game number 2. So we'll be back in a moment.
I've only dropped 149 this whole day. I think it's supposed to be.
All right. Welcome back. We have game number 2 kicking off here. UTB Playground versus Dank, Ganks. Ganks with 1 win under their belt.
Wish we had the UI where we could put that up on there.
Yeah, I considered it. It would have been more mucking around than I wanted to do. So, all right, let's go ahead and I'll get these rearranged while you talk.
Okay, currently talking because I have been instructed that I should be talking. Don't have any idea what to talk about. Ooh, looks like we're having a more aggressive start from blue side here. They're actually going for a jungle invade. Malphite, if I know correctly, has not seen them. So, okay.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Right. Oh, Ben getting caught out. Reflex.
Probably the best flash NA.
Yeah, that was a failed flash. He's gonna walk away, but the ignite's just gonna take him down. First blood going.
And you can really see that the gold from the assists, they're really spread because they're already at a 500 gold lead.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good thing, and that gets an oops lol in the chat from Dank
That's
Ganks.
probably the only appropriate response in order to keep team morale at an all-time high.
And Oriana gives that the classic squinty happy face, the XD.
Classic.
Okay, well after that first blood, which it's a 500 gold league, we'll see how that plays out. It could come into play, it might not. Just starting off with a standard red start, blue start. No more invading after that. So, of course, last game, top lane was sort of the snowballing one with that Mundo. We'll see how this top lane goes compared to that one. We'll see if VFlux can take on, I don't know champ names here, Alias, I don't know how to pronounce that. I probably sound like an idiot.
I'm shocked.
Trading at top. It looks like at this point, one thing to note here, we are talking about a mana champ versus a
Resourceless or manaless champ, and that's actually incorrect. Yeah, manaless, but not resourceless. He uses energy.
Yep. So the sustain there will be interesting with Shen possibly outperforming Malphite there.
Right.
Vi moving towards top for an early gank. They're going to try to shut down VFlux. See if maybe Shen can snowball.
Yeah, it worked last game. Why not? Why fix something that's not broken? As my father has said to me multiple times.
What's up?
Vi is positioned for the gank, going for a very aggressive position, maybe just a counter jungle actually. Checking to see if golems are there. Coming back to try.
Oh wait, I'm getting buffer overflow here.
Sorry about the random stuff popping up here, folks. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with your audio.
This has been another installment of Trials and Tribulations of Trying to Have a Quality Stream with Ryan and John.
Alright, we're going to close out of some programs there, see if that helps out. We're getting some audio hiccups. Hopefully those stop.
Pivoties basically were like the Bill Cosbys of shoutcasting, from what I understand. Get a little bit of the zip-zap starburst from Lucian in bot lane.
Okay, back in the game here. Technical issues abound here at St. Cloud State University, of course. At least there is no power outages, like yesterday. Are no power outages. No
Wish this
daisy
table
chain
was made
power.
of wood.
What's that? How many frames did it say? It's not frames dropping. It's well, if it's just audio.
Well, we got a 2v1 here. The gank coming in, Elise trying to get this kill, and that Shen is dead. That's going to be a great momentum booster for the blue top lane. Excuse me, the red top lane. And we'll see how that happens. Vi coming into gank mid and just putting some pressure and leaving. I need to talk to Kevin quick. Alright, what can we say about this game?
Well, it's currently being played.
Thank you, John. And that is the extent of our commentary. We will see you folks in an hour. I am just kidding. Well, one thing I will point out is the gold is extremely even. Nobody is snowballing yet. Just one kill for each team. Pretty solid start. Oh my goodness. Vi is definitely aware of how much damage she can take, because that was nearly an execute in the jungle.
You can tell how experienced a jungler is by how low HP they have after they've completed their jungle path.
Now is that skill or is that luck?
I'm going to attribute it to skill at this point. Otherwise, he was just playing a good old-fashioned game of Risks R Us.
Just as our female announcer friend pointed out there, red team did just slip an uncontested dragon there. Pretty smooth play on their part. That's going to give them a nice 800 gold lead.
From the looks of it, there was no vision around the dragon area from blue team, so they didn't really know what was happening.
Yep, and they got the wards out, and I'm sure that they swept the area too. So top lane a lot more even this game. Not too many ganks going on here. It seems like everyone's just kind of hanging out in the jungle.
I would say that's a fair statement.
Lulu clearing out the Baron pit, getting that pink ward out of there. Want nothing to do with that. Oh, excuse me. I'm calling it Baron. That is definitely Dragon.
It's like Baby Baron.
That's a classic Kohler mistake. I like to just kind of interchange the two. Well, item-wise, let's take a look. We'll watch that bot lane. Two totally different approaches for relatively similar amounts of gold there. We've got the BF sword on Lucian, whereas Vayne has gone for the Bilgewater Cutlass.
You are indeed correct, sir.
Now, why would that be?
She's probably going for a Blade of the Ruined King. Based on how tanky the enemy team is, that's probably a good idea. I know it's last season, at the very least, Blade of the Ruined King was a very standard start for Vayne. Currently, there are some people who are still a fan of the Bloodthirster start. I do agree with the Blade of the Ruined King start.
Oh my goodness, Vi ulting out of the Ziggs. Oh, that was well played. She stayed alive for a surprisingly long time. The Ignite on Ziggs takes him down. That was an excellent play there.
Brilliant, brilliant play by
Blue team turning that fight around.
Whatever it is, it's 720 feet. Can you turn it to 720 feet? You're actually running at 1080 feet right now? You can turn the volume down like that. Yeah, because it's OBS. And it doesn't whenever it says like the 420, the 720, and the 420, 720, and 1080, that's because they're running export or something, and they have those options to stream multiple different qualities. Yeah, which we don't. Yeah. Can you switch it to 720? Well, Toby's laptop is being weird too, and if you stream it at 720, wow, that was pretty damn good there. I'm not scared of her. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, you're sure it's video and audio? Yeah, it just stops and then it skips. Even after refreshing. Yeah. Oh,
it buffers for on you.
It sounds like you're. Are you on wired or wireless? Wireless. That's the internet part. Yeah. So it just needs an easier workload instead of something. Okay. It's running on the source. Yeah, I can do that. They will probably want to get it, to be honest. What? They probably won't even get the announcement to make it.
Okay. Just as an FY, the stream is going to go down here for about 2 seconds. We're just going to switch a setting here, and we're going to downscale this to approximately 720p equivalent. Go. All right. So I'm going to restart this stream here, and hopefully that cleans it up for you guys.